Hi, I'm Justin Stang, and you're watching the Farmhouse Show Spotlight Oli. Today we're in downtown Olympia at Fish Brewing Company. We're going to talk to Brad about making fish brew. Certainly a helpful skill, not only that you can do that, but that Fish does you have the ability as a brewery to.
Hey Calvin, can you be back Grundy for a minute?
So, if you could, I guess in summation, tell me what it is about your job at Fish that makes you the absolute proudest working down here.
I'd have to say that working with our employees and the community, our employees are some of the most passionate people about craft beer. They're passionate about what we do. They're passionate about our community and our culture here, and they work really hard on a day-to-day basis to make this happen for people. So I'm really, really proud of the crew we have here, the people that are involved, and even the community that supports us. I'm proud of everybody for kind of piling in as a team to make this a really big goal of our community, to make great quality beer. So I guess that would be my most proud moment is community and our employees. I think.
And really all about Olympia.
Well, that's why I think you hit on the key is that the focus in the last 2 years is definitely to be Olympia's brewery.
Yeah.
And to make more access to events here like our Oktoberfest this weekend, our Slurp Festival in the May, to add more access to our fish pub and to have trivia nights and to have our bands play and all those things that bring the community together, to do other festivals that we can help the community, the Food for All and other events, to become, this is our community's brewery. And that's the model we have to follow for sustainability, is brew what the community wants to brew, make good product for people, and make people proud that this is Olympia brew. And that's the only way you can make your model work in this community is to make the community a part of it. So that's been a really big focus of ours in the last 2 years.
Right, especially now that there seems to be a void. I know that, like you were saying, that old Olympia brewery, they closed that down, and now that beer's, it's gone, and it's still important for the people of Olympia to have that. There's always been a beer town, and you guys are the beer now.
Well, that's the thing we try to do as well, is people always have those fond memories of the old Olympia brewery, and we try to keep some of those up. Some of our bottling equipment is old Olympia bottling equipment that actually bottled the old beer.
Oh, neat.
We put the whistle that's on our roof that we blow every day at 5 o'clock is the old shift whistle from the old Olympia brewery that back in even the early days they blew to let everybody off the shift. Every day at 5 o'clock we keep the tradition alive by blowing the same whistle that's been blown for 100 years, welcoming people to great craft beer or beer in general for the Olympia area. So it's time to drink or it's time to get off of work and just enjoy what our community has to offer.
I love that, Fred. One of the coolest things that you guys do down here that's a little outside of the box compared to a lot of breweries in the United States is make organic beers. If you could talk a little bit about your organic beers. I know Matt's favorite beer is the Organic Amber. Tell us a little bit about that process and how you guys do the great organic beers that you're famous for.
Yeah, as you know, our fishtail line is all organic, and this means USDA all organic certified, which means the entire process is certified to be organic. A lot of breweries can say that we make an organic beer. What they really do is take some different hops and malts, and they put some of them in organic. Our brewery is completely organic as far as our fishtail ales go. We take, from the fields. There's no insects or repellents or anything on our grain. Our hops are all natural. We bring those all together in an organic environment and make good, fresh, natural beer. All of our waste goes out to dairy cattle for organic milks and organic sustainable things that we can be very proud of. Some of our stuff goes to compost, to organic fields where they make vegetables that are sold here locally, dairy that's sold here locally. So kind of that sustainability model we can be part of, other than some things just being waste or throwing away or creating more footprint. For us, it actually becomes more that other than giving the community beer, we can also give other things, but we're also making it better for everybody. And it really does, if you drink an organic beer, have more of that just natural, wholesome goodness to it that you're not picking up anything else beside it. So we're real proud of that line. We actually don't make as much profit off of organic beer as non-organic, but to us it's worth taking a hit because of the fact that it is such a good product to make. And we do still make a profit, but it's definitely not what other breweries can make. To us, it's more about the mission and the way of making sustainable product for us to make organic beer. So it's something that we do well, and that we've been doing it, and we'll actually do better in the future, I believe.
Yep, rewarding in multiple ways to do it the right way and have it at the end of the day be something that you're really proud of.
Well, it's like the Lion King. It's the circle of life, you know? Things just keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah.
In 2001, they moved across this facility and just used this building. At a time, they were doing roughly 2,000 to 3,000 barrels worth of beer.
Primarily for the room across the street.
Primarily for the room across the street and the pubs there, and then they started really selling across the state. During that time, they brought in like 3 or 4 tanks, these little small tanks that you see right here around us. In the last 2 or 3 years, our sales have grown across many states. We've started getting distribution to Oregon, California, Idaho, and now starting to move into national distributions. So this year alone, all the tanks you see behind us, we brought in. We had a capacity of 20,000 barrels about 2 years ago. We brought in 8 new 120 barrel tanks. We brought in a new brew system, new hot water systems, new glycols, new warehouses, and really now we have a 50,000 barrel capacity. A barrel of beer is 2 kegs. So really it's 100,000 kegs worth of beer that we can do out of this facility right now per year.
So it's double than just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's double capacity. It's just because we're making, all USDA organic beers. Our Leavenworth German beers are doing well in our real ales. And people everywhere are finally seeing that Olympia beer is getting this high quality craft beer coming out that we do. And it's spreading everywhere. We're getting, national attention about the beers that come out here. This year we won a bronze in the World Cup, even against German beers and beers from around the world. We won 2 golds in America, I think it's a gold and a bronze in America this year for our beers that we come out here and that are recognized. So we're putting out real, good quality beer. Not only are we expanding our quality, but we're just making really good beers and new beers that are coming as well. So we've expanded all these things, but it's really, just to keep that focus of beer and Olympia going. I don't think we'll ever make it the size of the old Olympia brewery.
Yeah, that's a big building.
This is craft beer, and this is what we do, and it's really cool to be able to bring in these tanks. Each one of these tanks holds, about 120 barrels. That's 240 kegs worth, or it's about 1,600 cases worth of beer. Which, if you add that times bottles, there's a lot of bottles of beer in here, and we can drain 1 a day. Sometimes 2 a day. So people are drinking lots and lots of beer, and they're going awesome for Olympia. So it's really cool to be downtown and be part of this. And we're one of the last manufacturers that are still around downtown
yeah.
And to actually be growing in this economy and really pumping out a product that you're going to be very, very proud of for Olympia and say, we're making fine quality beer that's recognized around the world. It's been really, really fun.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest aspects I always thought about. The new model of Olympia and how you guys are really breaking the mold on saying, no, you can have a successful business model. You can be in downtown Olympia and have manufacturing. And that's great employees, great community, makes for great beer.
Great employees, great community, and a thirst for good hops and barley.
Sure.
It's good call for beer. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everybody when they're off the clock, and they're like, they sit around and that's all we do is talk about beer. It's what we love and it's what our passion is. So when you're off the clock, what are you going to do? You're going to go brew some more beer. So they go over there to the little homebrew system, and we sit there and we play and tinker and come up with new recipes. And then we of course have to drink it for quality control purposes.
Yeah, one of the perks.
It's important. And if it's a good enough beer, I've told my employees, we can bring them over to the pub and try them. If people like them, then we'll take a big large scale batch, do a 40 barrel batch, and do these one-offs. Right now we have a wet hop beer that we just did a one-off of, where we've actually picked hops right off the vine, took them right off the vine and put them right in the kettle from 3 hours of vine to kettle, so that the beer is the freshest that it could possibly be. We've also got an experimental IPA right now, so we're doing a lot more now that we have capacity. A chance to do a lot more experimental stuff that's only available over at our pubs. We just did a barrel age with a whiskey barrel, 10 squared barley wine, where we aged it. It's Mike. It's our sales director.
Hey, Mike.
How you guys doing? I know you're recording.
Yeah, we're doing it for Local Access TV.
Oh, nice. Awesome. I'll let you guys be. I'll talk to you later.
We're also doing like I said, the 10 squared with the whiskey barrels, where we age our 10 squared barley wine in whiskey barrels for a year to pick up good vanilla oaky flavors. Then we're taking our Monkfish, which is a Belgian triple beer, about 10% alcohol, so it's pretty dangerous. But we're adding in strawberry puree, Belgian candy sugars, Britannomyces on a port barrel, just letting all those flavors meld together. Some of these things are only available at our pubs downtown, so it's back to that drawing things back to our community, also drawing it to our local community bars and restaurants, and really trying to make things focus back to home.
Sure.
So that's what we're doing.
So this weekend, I know there's a lot of hustle and bustle around today. You guys are getting ready for Oktoberfest this weekend. One of the many events that you guys put on here right in the brewery. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of that stuff, the preparations for October. Did I say Oktoberfest?
Yes, Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
I mean, Oktoberfest is a traditional German holiday that they have. It's every September and the 1st of October. A good celebration of the fall coming on, and we keep that tradition alive with our Leavenworth beers, and we have our Leavenworth Oktoberfest. It's a party this year. It's actually back inside the brewery. In years past, we have it outside, and because of rain and space, it's just not as fun as a party as it is right inside of a brewery.
Yeah.
So this year it's coming back inside the brewery. We pretty much have to clear a whole warehouse, put everything that we can in other rooms. Then we open our entire warehouse. We have food. Almost all of our beers, plus some special beers that you usually don't get to try, will be out there for the event. And during that time, we just have a big celebration, German-style festival. In May, we usually have our Slurp Festival, which we take all, like I said, back to community, get all the community shellfish growers in here. We have a big festival with shellfish, food, local restaurants cooking, and our beers present as well. And so a little different festival we do now. We're actually trying to create even more festivals and things to do with our community downtown, the Downtown Association, and things we can do to even broaden and have even more, centric around the downtown area and revitalizing that downtown as a
Bring
place.
people down here.
Yeah,
to hang
bring people
out.
downtown and have a place where there's music and art, food and beverage, and it just becomes kind of an atmosphere where events can happen regularly. So I think that's something that you'll see a lot more and more. We're working on opening up a tasting room in the other room now, so we can have local tours, local tastings, using our parking lot and the other parts downtown to have outdoor events. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be out of the bag yet. But you look at the bottle and you go, where are you going, bottle number 6,538,334?
Yeah.
Like, each bottle has its own story, so every bottle, this bottle could be going to a wedding, this bottle can be going to a graduation, and the next bottle can go, start a family, if you will.
Right.
Whether they wanted to or not.
You never know.
So
How many million bottles a year?
we do about 13 million bottles a year off this line this year, and probably about 15 million next year, I'd say. So pumping out about 200 bottles a minute, all day, 5 days a week.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 10 hours a day.
And how many different kinds of beer are you guys bottling right now? Oh, it looks like quite a bit based on your.
We do 10 of our regular beers, which is our Leavenworth series, our Fishtail Organic series, and our Spire Mountain Ciders. We're doing 3 different series of those in packs now. We also do 22-ounce bottles on the line. So between all the series, we probably have in packaging, I'd say 15 to 16 brands that consistently go through, including seasonals and real ales. It adds a little bit more to that number. Our real ales are our big beers, and some of the things we do there, they come out in 22-ounce bottles. They're high gravity, big beers. So we just bring those out of the line during that time too.
What percentage of the total Fishtail beer is bottled, individually bottled versus barreled?
The bottles versus kegs is about 55 to 60% bottles.
Okay.
And the rest goes into our draft accounts and good bars across the land.
Pretty much, pretty 50-50 then, relatively even.
People drink bottles, people drink
Yeah.
kegs. People say keg sells bottles, some people say bottles sell kegs. Either way.
Right.
Let's take you up to the brew house and show you what we got going on over there.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, anything really is going to be pertinent, but we basically just want to get 10 minutes of like, hey, this is a local business that kicks ass. Like, let's highlight
Where
that.
y'all heard this on?
So it'll be up on YouTube, and then a little after that it'll air on Thurston County Public Access Television.
Nice.
So and then they recycle it a couple of times, I believe. It airs like Wednesdays and Sundays. Is that-
Sundays and Wednesdays, 1 and 9.
Yeah, so twice a day and twice a week, which is pretty cool. But
Like I said, right now we're packing everything here.
certainly it'd be cool to talk about how much you guys have grown. Because that's definitely. Putting out beer. I always love these things because it's like a big Laverne and Shirley kind of moment.
We've had so many times where we put the glove on the bottom. Yeah. This is like showing everything broken apart.
It's pretty awesome though.
We're doing about 200 bottles a minute off our bottling line.
How long have you guys been bottling 6-packs? Long time it feels
Since
like.
about 2001. I think they moved the 6-packs in this building. This is actually, we just rebuilt this line and put in a new filler from Austria and put the back of the line so that we were doing about 12 to 14 pallets a day. The pallets, roughly 60 cases, and now we're doing almost 30 pallets a day, 35 pallets a day. So we're doing over 2,000, 3,000 cases a day now off this line.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
it's
they're
fast.
drinking it as fast as you guys can.
That's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst part.
You're
about
like,
it. The worst part about it is you make it and you go, now they're all going to be satisfied, and 5 minutes later you get another order and you go, here we go again, and it's just another day of making beer.
Yeah,